if there was a camera running live, I would give you an example of how I'm going to solve this issue in the Middle East, because I really have that all worked out. Basically, what I do, I could do it right here if the camera was running and somebody was recording it. Oh, you're going to turn it on?
There you go.
Well, here's my program for the Middle East. I'm going to sing, I'm going to take this hat, I'm going to put this hat up like this. And then I'm going to sing a Hebrew melody. Is it okay with you if I sing a little Hebrew melody for the camera? All right, I'm going to do this like twice. I like to do it 12 times, because then I will have everybody in the whole Middle East tuned in, their eyeballs glued to the TV set. Then I settle everything. So here's the melody. Haveinu shalom aleichem. Haveinu shalom aleichem. Haveinu shalom aleichem. Haveinu salem salem salam aleichem. See, I'm taking a Hebrew melody and I'm turning it into an Arabic melody. And where there were a live camera in here and a satellite dish outside, I would sing this a dozen times until I felt that I had everybody tuned in. Then, in Arabic, I'd like this on a teleprompter, but it's quite all right. Allah alethi chalaka. Al Kohen kabla alef el sanin. Allah huwa abi. Allah keshafa li kali metaho. Allah huwa abi. Allah yikun abuna. Allah atani kalema leko el jens el bashari. What did I say? You're going to ask your Arabic people to translate that for you. I said that God is my Father, that He revealed His word to my mind, that I have words for all mankind, and I'm going to settle their issue. Issue number one is Jerusalem. What we want to do in Jerusalem is turn it into a city like the Vatican, with its own postage stamps and its own governance. Jerusalem will be owned by the people who live in Jerusalem, not by the Arabs, not by the Israelis, but by the people of Jerusalem. It becomes a free state with an ambassador to the United Nations. That's the plan for Jerusalem. In the event the people in that part of the world listen to what I just told you, and they decide, hey, that's a good idea, then the next step is how we decide everything else. And what I'm saying to them, and incidentally, for whatever it's worth, Thomas L. Friedman is my choice to be the Secretary of State. He is the person that I'm nominating for that position. He would be the best Secretary of State we could ever have. So the idea is that these people agree that I'll decide. That a stranger who is not from there will decide. So then they'll say, this is what we want, this is what we want, and then someone has to decide. So I'm volunteering to decide. I'm also going to bring $500 million with me to rebuild the whole Gaza Strip, which is also in here. Everything that's happened in the Middle East is all right in here for the last 25 or 30 years. Is he still out there talking? Amazing, huh? So did I give you guys a lot of information or what? Does it make sense the way I'm in a campaign, go into schools and go after write-in ballots? That makes sense, doesn't it? And see about getting on the radio and challenging the people of New Hampshire that they use the write-in ballot. Because when I ran in '88, although we figured only 250 people saw the program, 43 people voted for me. The next time I didn't even get on TV, and the same 40 or 50 people voted for me again. Then they voted for me again in '96. I had 100 votes. I had a one-liner in Time magazine. So that's what that was all about. Now I suppose I fill out the form and then tell Bill I'm not giving you the check because I want to be the candidate. That's why I came here, so that there'll be something in the papers, my picture, whatever it is. There's the proof that I'm a candidate, which I need for the court. So I had to come here and do this, which is a pleasure anyway. I've always liked New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a great state. And New Hampshire is a place where it makes sense that you could be a write-in candidate. In other places, they'd say you're nuts. But here, it's, you know, every I have to see. I've written also a letter. I should make it available to you. I don't have copies, I can pass them out. But I've written a letter to every member of the lower house. I sent them email. And I want them to invite me to spend a night in their house and have people come in, like a little coffee or something, meet the candidate. I make a little speech about whatever it is, and sleep on the couch, and the next day go to the local restaurant, say hello to everybody, and then go to the school. And teach all day long in the school. Then the next night go somewhere else, or if there's a forum, go there, wherever it is.
You want to be a writing candidate?
On purpose, right. Exactly. Because here people can do it. Actually, I came here to file the documents and I could write the check. got the checkbook.
You're filing your candidacy papers.
But I'm
You
not-
also want to be a writing candidate.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to fill out a paper for Bill, and it's merely really a historical thing. In other words, other times I've come here, I've filled out a paper and given him $1,000, and my name would appear on the Republican ballot. But I'm not going to do that because I'd have to choose which one do I want to go on, the Republican or the Democrat. I want to be on them both. Can't.
Why do you want to join both?
Because I want to unite the nation. And by uniting the nation is to have both parties nominated.
No one else gets to be a
Of course not. So I have to be a writing candidate so that people from either side realize that I'm on their side. That's why. Oh yeah, tougher road to hoe. Sure, I could be on the Republican ballot. Maybe some Republican Democrats would cross over. I might change my mind and send them the $1,000 in 3 or 4 days, but I don't think so. I think it's way better to do it what I'm doing because I'm challenging the voters. You, the press, could say, there's no chance for that, but I believe there
But
is.
if you do file your papers and give your $1,000, your name will be printed on one ballot.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, I mean, it's a thought, I can say, all right, I'll do that. But I like the idea better that I go into the schools, every day a different school, and I preach my programs and talk about other issues besides the few of the issues that I've talked about here, and then they should go home and tell their parents what they think. And if a kid's old enough to vote and decides he's going to write my name in and goes home and tells his parents, I think we should vote for him. That's a good way to campaign, so that I could word of mouth is big. Word of mouth is how everything works. When I made my speech in 1988, we figured only 250 people saw it. 43 people voted for me. But everywhere I went, I met people, and I said I was the person that made the speech 3 nights ago, and they said, I heard about